Good morning, everybody. Today is August 28th. The time is 9:01 a.m. and I call this Facilities Committee meeting to order. All committee members are present and I need a motion to approve the agenda.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
4-0, thank you. Piedmont National Gas easement request, Ms. Emel. I think you're muted. Oh,
It's a little trick we play. We always get the new people with their audio doesn't work. I'll jump in for Miss Emel until she.
Thank you.
Miss Emel, if you get your microphone figured out, just let me know. The Piedmont Natural Gas easement request. This is a request from Piedmont Natural Gas. They're installing a gas line along Unionville Indian Trail Road. This is a request for an easement in front of Henry Bridge Elementary School and a piece of property just down the road that we label as Middle School, High School D. Glad to answer any questions anyone may have.
Anyone have any questions?
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
4-0, thank you. Duke Energy easement request.
This one is for the work we're doing at Forest Hills High School. This is a request from Duke Energy for an easement for that project. Again, glad to answer any questions.
Any questions?
Motion to approve. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
4-0. Porter Ridge High School baseball field and softball field bid. This is for lights, right?
That is correct. This is for the lights at Porter at the baseball field and the softball field. We received bids. Ms. Emel, I think, is on Mr. McManus's computer now if she wants to chime in.
Hi, yes, I apologize. I'm having some computer difficulty this morning. So we're going to work with this collectively, but this is a state contractor. And yes, it is a CIP and state funded grant, and it will add lights to both the baseball and softball.
Does anyone have any questions?
I've got a couple. Do we have to put this out for bid?
Well, we are utilizing a vendor that is on the state contract list that allows us to utilize them directly.
And then one thing I read on here about rock, if they're not paying for rock, if they hit rock, there's probably a 99% chance they're going to hit rock at Porter Ridge.
That is a standard.
And they're not paying for grass. When we're paying these guys $500,000 and they're not going to buy a bag of grass seed to patch their demolition. I don't. Just a little tweak.
Well, do we know how much damage they'll do to the grass? I mean, we talk about redoing.
Apparently enough they don't want to pay for it.
Yeah.
Let me seek additional information into that so I can provide you better clarification.
And also, this is the last high school that does not have lights on baseball. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Do we know how many high schools have LED versus the can lights?
I do not off the top of my head, but I can get an answer for you that as well.
Okay.
Do we have an estimated time? How long will this construction take? Will it be ready for the spring season by any chance?
If we are able to move forward seeking approval at this board meeting, we would be able to provide those lights for the upcoming season.
Any other questions?
Were these metal poles or composite?
They are steel poles, correct?
Okay.
And we have used these guys in Union County before?
Not that I'm aware of.
Wow, they're coming all the way from Rutherford.
Is
And
this
Colvin,
camp?
would you just confirm that this is not the group that did Cuthbertson lights?
I sure will.
Haven't we used camp before?
I thought we did.
Yeah. Name sounds familiar.
Maybe Danny knows?
Mm,
Oh, there they are.
We have utilized camp before. And
Okay.
I would offer the grass and the rock falls are always the standard thing. And usually on the grass issue, it's more or less transitioning. It's really muddy and transitioning from A to B. They'll cover it up, but they will fine grade it. It's not that big.
Any other questions?
Motion to approve.
Second.
Recommend approval to the full board, excuse me.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, 4-0, thank you. Piedmont High School concession building bids.
Correct. We received the bids associated with the concession stand and the DPI review on August 15th. And so we'd like to move forward with this contract with Jay Taylor, and we will use CIP savings to fund this.
And when will this, what's the timeline on completion for this? Do we know?
The timeline on completion is set for substantial completion in January with final completion on February 2nd.
Do we know why we've had such a delay in getting this project started?
yeah, I can,
Yeah,
Go ahead,
thank
I'm
you.
I mean, the original intent was to have it ready for football, and we had our last football game last Friday, and there's not been anything done. No ground's been moved anyway.
so I'll be glad to chime in on that. We finished up the design, I think maybe June. We got approval from DPI on August 15th. And Union County will not review our plans until we've gotten approval from DPI. So we've got that permit process started, but we received that approval on August 15th. I've spoken to Mr. Stamey. We've stayed in contact with him. I spoke to him as recently as yesterday, and he felt pretty confident or he hadn't really intended to have it for this football. He said he's made provisions. He would really like to have it available for spring. His concern was that he could have it ready for baseball and then utilize it for football next season.
Do you have any type drawings or plans you can share with the committee? Just curiosity.
Oh yeah, glad to. We've got those are completed. We'll be glad to get those out to you.
Any other
What-
questions?
Yeah, Colin, what capabilities will this have? It won't have a grill, correct?
It will not.
It's just gonna
It is not. It's just a location to sell packaged items, drinks and packaged
Okay.
items.
Will it have, will it be equipped with refrigeration equipment, chilled drinks and such? I assume.
It will have a cooler type of, not necessarily refrigerator, but a drink cooler. Yes.
Cool. Is that included in the cost, or is that something we're gonna have to equip after it's built?
That's typically something that we get from the vendors. They would supply that.
Okay.
So we'll be utilizing those.
Pepsi will send us one, or Gatorade, or whoever. Okay.
Any other questions?
I'll make a motion to recommend approval to the full board.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Are you there, Mr. Price? Thank-
All right. Okay.
Thanks. 4-0.
All right. Then.
Masonry repair bids, various locations.
Correct. This will impact 3 schools. We put this out to bid. It would be Rockcrest Elementary, Weddington Elementary, and Weddington Middle School. We received those bids on August 22nd, and utilizing FY23 funds, we'd like to move forward with these repairs.
Question, is there something going on with the masonry? Because it seems like all those schools are built about the same time.
Well, you're going to see some natural settling and cracking associated with wear and over time. We have one structural here that we'll be doing at Rockcrest. The other 2 are non-structural repairs. So it varies based on location.
Okay.
Any other questions?
Recommend approval to the full board.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
4-0, thank you. NCDOT easement extension request, Stallings, Mr. McManus?
Hi, yes, good morning, everyone. Just wanted to say this is my first facilities committee meeting with Al Lauren Phipps, who's been doing it since I've been here. So, welcome
Oh.
Ashley Paul. So, and I like a little bit of technical difficulty. Having said that, we're gonna get through this. This is what we do. So the one in front of you is a simple, easement, extension request. I think the board approved it in 2021 out at, Stallings Elementary, and, the TDOT is just not moving as quickly as they would like to as far as their, build out. So they would like to extend it, until 2028.
Any questions?
Recommend approval to the full board.
Second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
4-0, thank you. Union Elementary, Piedmont Middle, Monroe Middle, electrical panel retrofit bids, Mr. McManus.
Yes, we received bids on July 15th, two contractors submitting, for, simple, straightforward, outdated electrical panel retrofits. Stelco Electric submitted the lowest responsive bid, 203,515. We request, to the facilities committee to recommend to the full board for approval.
Any questions?
Recommend approval to the full board.
Second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
4-0, thank you. Cuthbertson High School plant chiller rebuild, Mr. McManus.
Yeah, so you have in front of you, pricing was received from, Daikin Applied through the, Omni Purchasing Cooperative, it's a North Carolina, state purchasing program for the, rebuild of chiller number 2 at Cuthbertson in the amount of $163,196. And, we recommend to the facilities committee to recommend to the full board awarding that to Daikin Applied and that amount.
Any questions?
Is this the first time we've had to replace this chiller?
It is. This is the original chiller. There's two of them, obviously. And this is our only centrifugal chiller in the county. And you pay a premium up front, but they last forever as long as you take care of them. Slight vibration in one of the tubes. So we're going to rebuild it and hopefully get another 15, 20 years out of it.
Okay. Not better than replacing the whole thing.
Absolutely.
Need a motion, please?
Motion to recommend approval to the full board.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, 4-0, thank you. Fairview Elementary and New Salem Elementary generator bids, Mr. McManus.
Thank you. So now in front of you, the bids were received on August 6th. 3 contractors submitting bids. Stelco Electric was the lowest responsive bid. Total amount of $305,889. And it's funded by FY24. So we staff request to the facilities committee to request the full board for approval.
Any questions?
Recommend approval of the full board.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
4-0, thank you. Informational items, change orders, Mr. McManus.
Yeah, so in front of you, you have 2 straightforward change orders, both for the Wesley Chapel Elementary rooftop unit replacement. One is a good change order. It's a deduct of $40,000. The other change order is an add of 12, so we're still to the good. So I see that Sean is smiling. So I think we're in good shape.
Does anyone have questions on that?
No.
No. Bond update, Ms. Emil.
Good morning. In front of you, you have a summarized bond update regarding the status of both our active projects.
I know I was lucky enough to go on the tour of both buildings, and it's very exciting to see the progress and that they're on schedule, and looking forward to it being done. I guess both in another year, right? They'll be in those buildings going to school
Yes.
next
Everybody
year.
wins the
Yeah.
race.
Yeah.
Hey,
Anyone have questions on the bond update?
Colin, I missed that tour. Could we schedule another one in a couple of months?
Yeah,
I
we
think
can make
they
that.
made-
We can arrange that.
I also have another question. I understand there's some concerns on the football field that we had talked about originally planned on converting the visitor side to the home side, expanding the seating and potentially a new press box. But we may have run into an issue of not having enough land on that side to do that. Is that accurate or?
Yes, sir, I got your email, but that, I have not been made aware of that. Neither, I don't think, of Ms. Hemel or Mr. McManus. We've not been made aware of that from the school. We've just roughly started getting our things together to start that design. So, to answer your question, no, we've not been made aware of that.
Okay, could we check into that because that came directly from the school administration? So, and when we redo the stadium, does that include new concession stands and bathrooms? Are those going to be replaced?
That is the intention, yes. That's the intention of those additional funds.
Okay. So if you could check and make sure that the plan is still workable to and move the home side, and do we anticipating having enough funding for a new press box? Are we going to renovate the old one, or has that been addressed yet at all?
As I mentioned previously, we were just approved for that funding less than a month ago, and we have not really scratched the ground on that design process yet. We're focusing on the
Okay.
school. We have not dug into that part of it just yet.
Okay. Will construction of the or whatever work on the field and the new track, et cetera, and the new field, will that be starting after the football season? Do we have a timeline on that yet?
Again, we're just starting that design,
Okay.
so it just depends on how long the design process takes.
Okay.
Maybe you could just, when you figure out a timeline for all of those athletic projects, send it to the committee.
We can.
Whenever you figure that out, that would be great.
Yes,
Okay,
indeed.
our next meeting is September 25th at 9 a.m. via Zoom, and I need a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor?
Uh,